Hey guys, Josh Henkin here, created the DVRT Ultimate Sandbag Core Training System. Today I want to talk to you about something kind of personal. A few years ago, when we were really going forward with our DVRT program, we had a choice. We could have been about what people thought we should have been, throwing sandbags, slamming them, being really hardcore. I was almost going to go down that route, but then I tried to think about why. What are we trying to accomplish? The whole goal of DVRT Ultimate Sandbag Training is to make training better, to do things that other things can't do as well. And when I thought about the ideas of throwing and slamming, what came to my mind is what really people want to do is they want to learn how to produce power, and they need to learn how to decelerate. Most injuries actually happen during deceleration, not acceleration. So today we want to put together a little circuit that's going to teach you the principles of real great power production and deceleration in a fun, effective manner that allows you to do a lot of different movement patterns and really get the benefits of what DVRT Ultimate Sandbag Training is really all about. All right, one of the first drills we're going to look at is just being on a single leg. What really astounded me working with a lot of different athletes is how much lack of stability athletes had, especially in the lower leg and hip. You can't produce a lot of power, and you definitely can't stop yourself well if you don't have that type of strength. So the first drill Jessica's going to demonstrate is a single leg front load good morning to balance. So she's going to pull the weight in towards her body, shoulder blades are going to stay back. She's going to initiate the movement by driving her leg straight back, hinging at those hips, nice and slow. Then she's going to drive through her front leg and bring the leg to balance. She's going to slowly try to return, excellent Jess, and then up to balance. See how she stays a nice tight back the whole time. Go and relax. If you can't go single leg, that's okay. We can do a rear step, so we can build a little progression, because that's what DVRT is all about, building progression. She's going to step back, hinge, so she's going to plant through that ball foot, and then she's going to drive that back leg up. Nice. So this is a good regression. Step back, plant the toe, hinge at the hips, watch for any lateral sway, and then drive up and relax. You could then slowly add in the balance step and progress into the single leg front load good morning. So a lot of power production and deceleration has to do with that core. Core is not just the abs. Core is the hips, the low back, integration of the entire lower body to the upper body. So what we're going to do is a great exercise sort of teach that integration in a real functional manner. We're going to do a military press with a real slow tempo. So Jessica's going to clean her strength USB here to her fists. She's going to put her feet together. She's going to press up, locking in her pelvis. Make sure she doesn't lean back. Now she's going to go 5, 4, 3. Focus on that other arm. 2, 1. Then quick repress. And we're going to do the same thing. So during that slow tempo, we're looking, does she start to shake? Does she start to lean? Can she keep tension in that underarm? She's driving into those heels. And relax. So what we want to look for is when you slow down tempos, you're increasing the time under tension. So your repetitions are going to be relatively low, probably 5 or under, but you're really going to look for the quality of work, especially during the downward phase. Make sure you don't lean or compensate during the movement. One of the most underutilized exercises in our DVRT system are what we call up downs. It's a great way to learn how to transition from the ground up, also to see one's ability to decelerate themselves coming in the downward phase. A lot of people, they tend just to drop and fall. They don't have the deceleration strength, so they haven't earned the right to do more powerful drills. So Jessica is going to get into our front load position again. So anytime we're in the front load, she's really trying to avoid any flexion or leaning forward. So we want to see her stay as tall as possible. She's going to stay on the mat here, and what she's going to do, she's going to, slow as she can, she's going to drop to one knee without banging that knee against the ground, and then slowly bring the other knee around. I'm going to ask her to come back up, and we're going to go even slower. So nice and slow. There you go. Wrap that leg around, pause for a moment, and then wrap back up. Stand up nice and tall through that heel one more time. What you want to do is you want to try to take this nice and slow, work at that pause, plant through that heel, bring the leg nice and up and come down. So what we're looking at too is basically hip mobility as well. You should be actually moving that hip up and around in both directions. That tells us if you have proper hip mobility to produce power and deceleration. All right guys, so almost our final drill here. What we're going to do is a half kneeling around the world. In the half kneeling position, we're looking at, can Jessica maintain her position while the USB is moving around her body? A lot of people want to go really fast through this because they're trying to get out of an uncomfortable position. I want you to try to slow it down. I want you to go about maybe 4 to 5 seconds to get around the entire body. I want you to hit each section, and I want you to avoid leaning or twisting either direction. So it's just going to start her arms completely straight. Let's start by her right hip. What she's going to do is she's going to wrap this arm around her body, touch right between her shoulder blades, and come right across to avoid that knee, and back in the position. So she's pushing through the ball foot on the back leg and the heel of the front leg. You're going to do about 4 to 6 repetitions, and then we're going to reverse the directions. All right, Jess, let's do one more time the other way. So you're going to go up and across. It's sort of like a lift and chop, down and across, and then again. Really looking at not moving that torso and relax the entire time, making sure that you're going slow enough to really absorb the different positions that the USB puts you in so you can really build a really strong foundation. All right, so in our last drill, we're going to focus on introducing some power production. Now, we're going to use a relatively simple drill in the high pull, but what we're going to look for is not just what goes up, but what comes down as well. A lot of people sort of ignore on the way down and only focus on bringing the weight up. What's important is building those qualities of deceleration coming down so that you can earn the right to do more complex lifts. So just because I'm going to start in that clean grip handle, weight is completely against her shins when she starts. Shoulders are tall and back, and the crease of her elbows are pointing forward. So let's hinge back chest. She's going to pause, and then she's going to pull, and then she's going to catch it right back in position. And you got to make sure that between each repetition, before she can go, she has a nice flat back, her shoulders are pulled back, she's not rounding her shoulders. Jessica, go ahead and have the bag make contact with the ground really hard on the way down. So if you have that type of sensation going on, you're not decelerating very well. If you have it where you come up, like Jessica just did and is caught in the arms, you're not decelerating really well. What we need to learn is how to decelerate and catch the weight with our hips so we avoid any problem with the shoulders and the low back, and learn how to use that force that we just produced to retransmit and become efficient and powerful in our movement patterns. So you can use this as a great circuit. It works a lot of different qualities, but sets a strong foundation so we can do more great DVRT programs in the upcoming videos.